Could you survive 24 hours in the largest desert on Earth? It is dawn in the Sahara, and the sand is still cool under your hands. In every direction, there is nothing but emptiness all the way to the horizon. You think you already know what is going to try to kill you here, the heat. But the desert has a second weapon, and almost nobody sees it coming. In the next 24 hours, this place will try to kill you twice, in two completely different ways. This is one day in the Sahara. First, you need to understand where you are. The Sahara is the largest hot desert on the planet. It sprawls across 9.2 million square kilometers of North Africa, almost the size of the United States. And right now, at dawn, it is almost pleasant, cool even. That is the desert's first lie. Within a few hours, the sun tears free of the horizon, and everything changes. The temperature climbs past 40 degrees, then past 45. On the worst days, the air itself rises beyond 50 degrees Celsius. The sand under your feet grows hotter still, hot enough to blister skin. And there is no tree, no wall, no shade anywhere to hide from it. This is where the real clock begins. In this heat, your body fights to cool itself the only way it knows. It sweats. Sitting perfectly still, you can lose more than a liter of water every single hour. And out here, there is nothing to put it back. Every drop of sweat is water leaving your body that you cannot replace. As the heat builds, your own eyes begin to betray you. Far ahead, the air shimmers, and a cool blue lake spreads across the sand. You stagger toward it, and it slides away. It was never there. A mirage, painted by the heat on a desert that has no water to give. And this is still only the morning. You find a lone boulder and press into the thin sliver of shade beside it. Because out here, shade is not comfort, shade is survival. Now the desert shows you its second lie, the one already in your own head. Close your eyes and picture the Sahara. You see it, don't you? Endless, rolling golden dunes, stretching forever. That picture is mostly wrong. Only about a quarter of the Sahara is sand at all. The rest is something far harsher. Vast plains of bare rock and sun-baked gravel, flat and gray to the horizon. And that is worse than sand, far worse. The rock drinks in the sun and throws the heat straight back up at you. There is no soft dune to shelter behind, no shape to break the light, just an endless oven floor, cooking you from below while the sun cooks you from above. By midday, the heat is a physical weight pressing down on your shoulders. Your mouth is dry, your lips crack, your head begins to pound. This is dehydration, and it comes in stages, each one worse than the last. First, thirst and a deep tiredness. Then your body stops sweating because there is no water left to give. Then your temperature spikes, and your mind starts to wander. That is heat stroke, and in the Sahara, heat stroke can kill in a matter of hours. People believe a person can last 3 days without water. Out here, active under this sun, the truth is closer to a single day. And then, far out on the horizon, you see something that does not make sense. A brown wall, taller than any building, rolling silently toward you. It is not a cloud. It is the desert itself, lifted into the sky. A haboob, a Sahara sandstorm. There is no outrunning it. In minutes, it swallows the sun whole. The day turns into a choking, orange darkness. Sand drives into your eyes, your nose, your throat. You cannot see your own hands. You cannot tell the ground from the sky. All you can do is wrap your face, drop low, and wait it out. The wind screams over you, and the desert rearranges itself around you. And when it finally passes, and the air clears, every footprint you made is gone. Every landmark you were following has been wiped away. The dunes themselves have quietly moved. Whatever direction you believe was safety, it is lost now. This is how the desert kills the prepared, not just the foolish. It does not only bake you, it blinds you, and it hides the way out. You are truly alone now, on a map the desert has redrawn. And as you stand there, lost, you notice something almost worse. The sun is finally going down. After a whole day praying for the sun to leave, You watch it sink with relief. The killing heat begins, at last, to fade. You think the worst is finally behind you. You could not be more wrong. Here is the truth about the desert that almost no one expects. The same emptiness that let the heat pour in by day now lets it pour straight back out. There is no moisture in this air to hold the warmth in. So the instant the sun is gone, the heat escapes upward into space. And the temperature does not simply drop, it falls off a cliff. Within hours, the furnace that hit 50 degrees by day can plunge all the way toward freezing by night. In the cold months, the Sahara sand can fall below zero. A swing of 40 degrees in a single turn of the earth. You spent the entire day fighting to stay cool. Now you are shivering, with no fire, no shelter, and sweat-damp clothes turning cold against your skin. The danger never ended. It only changed its face. By day, the desert tried to burn you alive. By night, it tries to freeze you instead. And the cold is not even the worst thing the darkness brings. Because the desert is not nearly as empty as it looks. As the sand cools, the things that hid from the heat all day begin to move. And some of them are hunting. The Sahara comes alive at night, and two of its hunters can end your 24 hours in minutes. The first is barely the length of your finger, a pale yellow scorpion drifting over the cool sand, the deathstalker. It carries one of the most powerful venoms of any scorpion on Earth. For a healthy adult, its sting is agony beyond description. For a child, the old, or the already weakened, it can be the end. And in the dark, you will never see it coming. The second hides where you would least expect, buried in the sand itself. A horned viper, waiting just beneath the surface, only its eyes showing. Step too close, and it strikes faster than you could ever pull back. Its venom alone is enough to kill a grown man. So now you face an impossible choice. Keep moving through the freezing dark, and you cannot see what you step on. Stay still to be safe, and the cold creeps deeper and deeper into you. This is the desert's final trap. By day it gave you heat with nowhere to hide. By night it gives you cold and teeth and nowhere safe to rest. Your water is long gone. Your warmth is leaving. Your time is almost spent. You curl against the cooling sand and wait for a sunrise that feels impossibly far away. And then, at last, pale light on the horizon. You survive the night. You survive the day that came before it. The sun returns, and with it, the heat begins all over again. So, could you survive 24 hours in the Sahara? Maybe, but only if you understand what you were really fighting. You came here braced for one enemy, the heat. You pictured a single, endless beach of burning golden sand. The truth was something stranger and far more deadly. The Sahara is not one desert. It is two, trading places every single day. A furnace by day that drains the water from your body, a freezer by night that pulls the warmth from your bones. And it kills you with whichever one you were not ready for. The people who live here have always known the secret. You do not beat the desert with strength. You survive it by respecting both of its faces. Move in the cool when you must, rest in the shade when you can, and never trust how it feels right now. Because in the Sahara, the only certainty is that everything is about to change. That is 24 hours in the largest desert on Earth. Two deserts in one.